Some new rumors are coming out about a possible WWE collaboration with Stephen A. Smith. So we'll see what's being said there. We'll also check out the latest news and rumors surrounding the split of the WWE World Titles. Let's start things off with the growing WWE rumors around ESPN's Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is one of sports' most recognizable voices and faces in the sports industry. His rise to fame came due to his occasional appearances on ESPN's First Take debate show, and he eventually became the lead of the show as time went on. Another big known fact about Stephen A. is that he's been a big pro wrestling fan his entire life as well. There's been several occasions where First Take has even interviewed WWE superstars and promoted some of WWE events on their show. Even Triple H's first interview following his cardiac event was a sit-down interview with Stephen A. Smith. So even though he's not directly worked for WWE, Stephen A. Smith has always loosely been around the wrestling scene. Well, Stephen A. Smith's name is coming into wrestling headlines recently because reports claim that WWE is entertaining the thought of Stephen A. having a role at WrestleMania 39. The rumored role for him, if this appearance is made official, is for Stephen A. Smith to be a heel manager for an upcoming heel talent that would have a match at WrestleMania. Stephen A. Smith recently had Ric Flair on his show, and this is the exact role that he also envisioned for himself. He talked about how he saw himself as a heel manager. So if this WrestleMania 39 appearance was to happen, we can only imagine that it would consist of Stephen A. Smith going back and forth and having promo battles with a babyface manager or a superstar themselves. WrestleMania is always a time of the year where we see celebrities come over and get involved into these programs with WWE superstars. So if Stephen A. Smith wants to make his heel manager dreams come true, it does make sense for it to take place during WrestleMania season. But Stephen A. Smith is also a very busy man, so it may also be a challenge for him to find that much free time to carry this story into WWE. What added even more fuel to the Stephen A. Smith rumors was when Paul Heyman responded to a WWE fan that was comparing him to Stephen A. Smith. Paul Heyman had this to say about the fans' comments and Stephen A. Smith, quote, "I'm not a manager, I'm special counsel to the tribal chief Roman Reigns. Stephen A. Smith is not in my league. He's a screaming voice crying out for attention from the ocean of obscurity. I, on the other hand, reside on the island of relevancy." End quote. Paul Heyman's tweet was eventually made back to Stephen A. Smith, and he had this to say in response to Paul Heyman, quote, "What? What did you say, Paul Heyman? Land of obscurity? You're very lucky I'm busy, otherwise I'd come to take your job and show the fellas what real representation should look like in the WWE. Only kidding, buddy. Love your work. But I am coming one of these days." End quote. So just some lighthearted back and forth there between Paul Heyman and Stephen A., but he still made it clear right there in his tweet that he's coming to WWE one of these days. So it's an interesting situation to keep an eye on because it may just be turning into another big celebrity crossover collaboration that could be coming up in the near future. Now let's get into the new reports regarding Roman Reigns, WrestleMania, and the two WWE World Titles. So ever since WrestleMania 38, Roman Reigns has had both WWE World Titles in his possession. Now originally, the plan was for Roman Reigns to make regular frequent appearances on both Raw and Smackdown. But as everyone knows, it was also right around that time that he signed the deal for a much lighter schedule in WWE. Then right around summertime, the popular rumor was that WWE was going to find a way to split those world titles up so that each brand has a world title again. Some fans thought that maybe the Clash at the Castle main event or Austin Theory's Money in the Bank contract could be used to split up the titles, but none of those options never came into play. But now, the conversation of the world titles being split up is coming back to the forefront due to a new report that's coming out. The new report claims that WWE is currently discussing several ideas and backup plans for the WrestleMania 39 main events, just in case The Rock is not available or something else goes wrong. One of the rumored plans for one of the WrestleMania 39 main events is Seth Rollins versus either Drew McIntyre or Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. The report claims that the discussion for the WrestleMania 39 main event is just one of the WWE Championships, which of course implies that the world titles could be split up sometime before WrestleMania 39. So that could definitely be some huge news right there. The world titles may be separated and defended on separate nights of WrestleMania 39. The WWE title main events one night of WrestleMania, while Roman Reigns and the Universal title takes care of the other night of WrestleMania. The big mystery here that is still unknown is how will WWE get the WWE title off of Roman Reigns without him suffering a loss? Well, the longtime rumor was that Triple H would eventually confront Roman on screen about his lack of appearances on Raw and ask him to relinquish the WWE title if he can't live up to his duties. If anything like that goes down, it splits up the world titles without Roman Reigns needing to take a pin. So a scenario similar to that one could be what they turn to as well. But hypothetically speaking, and if these rumored early plans are true, it could make for a very interesting WrestleMania 39. You have Roman Reigns defending his Universal title, maybe against The Rock or another huge challenger. Then the other night could be Seth versus Drew or Cody for the WWE title. That's an interesting matchup right there because all three men are deserving of a big WrestleMania moment. Drew McIntyre was obviously robbed of having his big WrestleMania moment back in 2020 due to the lockdowns. So you can argue that he's owed a big WrestleMania moment. Seth Rollins has been nowhere near a world title since 2019. So you can say it's been a long time coming for him as well. Then for Cody Rhodes, he never held a world title in WWE, and he's been coming back from injury, so momentum and buzz will be behind him as well. So no matter who walks out of that match as WWE Champion, it's going to be a huge moment either way. As far as Roman's opponent goes, that's still a mystery, but if they decide to go with Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title, that will free up Cody Rhodes to take on Roman Reigns. So Rock or no Rock, it does look like WWE may still have two huge WrestleMania 39 main events on their hands for 2023. The split of the WWE world titles is also great news for both brands, because there'll be more opportunities for superstars to enter the world title scene again on both shows. Raw has gone nearly a full year with no world title programs at all. So it's going to be such a great addition to add a world title back to that show. It's also going to be great for the premium live events that Roman Reigns isn't a part of, because at least the WWE title will still appear and be defended on those shows that he misses. So the world title split should bring nothing but great news for both brands. Roman doesn't really get impacted and Raw will be gaining a world title, so everybody ends up winning. That's the latest for WrestleMania and the split up of the world titles. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.